This is Black and Blue on Reaper Four Skulls. So I'm down to the final 6 level 30 quests on Reaper 4. In addition to those 6 quests, there are 4 quests required for Mark of Death flagging, and there are 4 quests required for Fall of Tooth flagging. I've run those except for Fleshmaker's Laboratory, which can't be soloed, on Heroic, but I need to rerun all those on Epic to reflag for the Epic version of the raids.
The Chamber of Arganessen assigned an agent named Ergnoth to guard several powerful artifacts in this area. But Ergnoth hasn't reported in for some time. You've been sent to find out what happened to him. To the east is a large portal with 3 dormant runes above it. An excited form behind the portal beckons you closer.
So it's a pretty linear path. I mean, some side passages like this, but for the most part, it's pretty straightforward.
Thick dust blankets this room. You slide under the room in one of the corners.
And this part of the quest isn't too bad. I mean, it's not easy. This is as far as level 30s go, we've done pretty much all the chains, and the 6 that are left are above average difficulty quests. I'd argue that this one's high difficulty. This one is one I would often skip.
The rune starts to emit a pale glow.
It's hard to
matches
solo
one of the 3
end fight.
runes on Ergnoth's portal.
Alright, well I did a pretty bad job there. I wasn't paying attention by the time I realized Shiley needed a heal. He was already taking his last bit of damage. So I need to do a better job of paying attention to my party. There. And that was a tough wave. There's a Reaper and then a couple of red name champions. So that was a very tough wave.
A dormant rune can be seen in the far corner of this room.
Whoa. So I took a big crit there. I'd have to go back and see, but I'm guessing it's another crit that's near 2,000. You know, for sure 1,500. And that's been one of the tougher things. I have 277% fortification, which
The rune
doesn't
sparks
sound
to
too
life
bad,
when
but
the
it
lever is pulled.
appears to not be enough. There's a lot of other sources of fortification from past lives and gear that I don't have, so I'll need to take a look at that and figure out whether increasing my fortification is going to help. There's a couple Red Crown champions that look like they would definitely do big crits. We got him stunned right now with Dire Charge. Try to take him down quick. Ooh, there they go. So Dire Charge is working pretty good. That's been probably one of the things I've been most happy with. I thought the Dire Charge would work less than it is, but it's pretty effective so far. Alright, we got some Red Crown champions here. Take care of them first. And Holy Retribution isn't bad either, so it's as the enemies get higher hit points, it's less effective. It only has a % chance of proccing, but overall I'd still say it's working pretty well. And I believe it's based on their current damage, not on their total hit points, so that's kind of a plus too.
The far end of this chamber seems to be sealed by a solid wall of stone.
And so we need to run back and talk to the boss there. I guess they're doing it, so I'll wait here. And so it turns out there was a lever we missed. I guess I can tell by looking at my map. Yeah, we have to go left. So Chronivir is clearing that area solo. Said don't bother to come over and help. He's got it under control. No champions or reapers, so got a little bit lucky there.
The rune flickers to life when it is activated. Ergnonth cries, "At last I am free!" I can sense that the path to the amphitheater has collapsed. Meet me near the cave-in. I will open it for you. Ground rumbles and rocks shatter as Ergnonth clears the way.
And this is part 1 of the dragon fight.
The crumbling
not the toughest
stones
part.
of this ruined amphitheater are now the site of a dark ritual conducted by cultists.
And he has pretty heavy acid damage and does some procs, so I'm not sure when these guys get up. We want to make sure we take care of them as soon as they get up. Whoa. And we only have to get him to about half health in this part. But dragon fights in general are tough. They do a lot of damage. Have a lot of tough mechanics, knockdown and stunning type mechanics. And ideally you want to like be around near the foot, but it's hard if there's not a tank because it keeps moving around. So you just do the best you can. And there's the... So we need to get these guys first. So, and that was not an easy fight, but if you compare it to the end fight, it's
The
easy.
black dragon
The
flies
end
off,
fight's pretty tough.
bellowing for help. Master, we were thwarted at the amphitheater. I'll secure the second artifact if you'll slow these damned intruders.
So he has 676,000 hit
Quickly, into the
points.
passageway to the south.
Chronivere put in the
You'll
party
find
chat.
the second artifact at the end of several aqueducts.
Had to use my Undying Vanguard there because I thought I was going to die. Should be okay. I want to have one for the end fight as well, for sure. But there's a shrine before the end fight.
This huge aqueduct was constructed by the giants in another age. Small rock outcroppings poke above the flowing water.
Bit of a challenge here with some archers. It'd be nice to have...
An ancient green dragon suddenly swoops over the aqueduct. A bolt of lightning from the creature strikes the water, instantly electrifying it.
It's nice that Chronivere has ranged here. He could start taking these guys out. They don't have a lot of hit points, and Shiley could sneak up and assassinate. This could otherwise be a tough fight for a group of melees. But having Chronivere and Shiley and their kind of unique skill set, or their, build skill set, really helped with that area.
The door opens, offering refuge from Korkaza, the ancient battle, and the electric. The cavern tunnel leads deeper into the giantish complex.
And that was most likely a crit, so... Again, an instant kill, crit type thing. Oh, let's get this champion here before he crits me. There we go. Alright, so the champions, that's been a recurring theme this life for me, is that the champions have been the champions have been one-shotting me. And not just happening to me, happening to the whole party. Alright, so let me get everybody up. You see our timers. And we're just going to bring the Bard. You can see the Bard is struggling with that electric damage out there, I'm guessing. I'm just going to pause it while we get the Bard here. So the Dire Charge works on them, but the Holy Retribution obviously doesn't, because they're not evil. My poison. You know, a lot of remnants, because it's a remnant weekend, and it's also a bonus party weekend.
A second aqueduct stands before you. Surrounding it are stone platforms in various states of repair. Lightning strikes below, causing electricity to produce. The ancient platform gives way, exposing water beneath it. The creature emits a guttural groan and collapses.
Just gonna pause it real quick while we get the Bard and others over here.
Cavern, giving you a reprieve from the attentions of the blue dragon.
And there's a trap up here. Pretty nasty one. I'm gonna try to find it and see if I can get it before I get their attention. There we go. And let's see if anybody wants to shrine. I don't think so. All right, I guess we're gonna shrine. I might as well shrine to get my clicky back, my Undying Vanguard clicky. And we've got 2 Reapers up ahead, so that could be pretty useful up there. Let me get my dodge clicky on here, and this looks like a tough fight. We got multiple Reapers, we had champion. Well, maybe not. So, but you never know. If I didn't use it, it might have been tougher. So, the nice thing is the cooldown is only like a minute, 2 minutes, something like that.
The smell of ozone and the crackle of sparks immediately tell you that electricity pulses through the water ahead. Stone platforms in various stages of disrepair surround the aqueduct.
All right, so they're gonna get one of their characters to pull the levers for us. And as soon as they pull theirs, the one over there, then we can pull this one.
You spot a set of 3 levers with signal crystals above. When this lever is pulled, a loud click reverberates off the walls of the aqueduct. The other levers are now at the top position. Lightning suddenly arches across the water, followed by a harsh laugh from above. The hum of energy pulses through the walls, and a
So the way
signal
this
crystal
mechanic
begins to
works is that
emit a
you need to
glow.
have one person pull the lever kind of at the beginning, and then one person pull the other lever. And since they have their dual boxes, whoop, I'm in trouble here. I'm going to use my big ability. So Shiley's just stealthing through and assassinating everything very effectively. And I guess I was drawing cover, so I guess that was good. All right, so we've got the third lever,
The signal crystal lights up,
and now we're
and
getting
the
close to
portal
the
in
end
front of
fight.
the ruins disappears. You can now enter the Giant's Temple. The third of the signal crystals begins to glow.
All right, we're going to go left, and it's kind of important. We just have to make sure we usually don't clear both sides, so we need to make sure if there's anybody late in the party, you want to make sure to tell them which way you're going so they go the right way. People don't think about that because they're used to, when they run, a lot of people when they run the quest, they run it the same way every time. And so if they're used to going left, they're just going to go left, and they probably won't even ask which side you cleared unless they may not even realize there's two sides to clear. Went ahead and used my Undying Vanguard because we're almost to a shrine, and I'll be needing to I'll shrine to get my clicky back, and hopefully my by then my Meld of Darkness should be also off of timer. Well, killed all the ones except the important one, but Shiley assassinated that one, so that's good. All right, so we can clear the other side, but we we don't have any, we have to worry about late joiners. So it looks like they want to clear it. So we'll go ahead and clear the other side. We have to get a lever on the other side anyways. So
The
another
second
reason why
sigil
it's good
flickers to
to
life,
clear, I
and the
guess one
magic barrier
of
fades.
the one
The
of their
way to
dual
the
boxes
artifact chamber is now clear.
was killed because there's a plague reaper, and we have to go back to the beginning other side to get that door open. So Cronavir wanted to decide it was a good idea to simulate what happens in parties a lot, which is going the other way the way opposite of what the party goes. So he brought his toolbox to the other side, so you can kind of see the whole thing. And I'm in a shrine because I definitely want my Undying Vanguard back. Sadly, one's probably not enough for this fight. It's a pretty tough fight. Uh, I mean, I'd say with our party makeup, potentially it's a wipe because we have two first lifers. We don't have any crowd control. The mechanics of this fight is that we don't have a tank. If we had a tank, that would make this fight a lot easier. And so there's going to be a dragon that just is brutal that we've already encountered. He's going to be tougher in this fight. He's going to have an acid dot that's that makes us vulnerable. Uh, and then on both sides, there's going to be archers that spawn, and typically champions, reapers in there, and we have to clear those sides. And while we're trying to clear those sides, the dragon's usually harassing us and running around if we don't have a tank. So it's going to be a very tough fight. Just looking at the party makeup, it's probably a quest I would think about skipping, but we never back down from a challenge. We run a lot of quests that people skip, and so we're going to go ahead and do it. And if it fails, it fails. No big deal. So the most likely scenario in there is that because a melee is not going to be able to stand toe to toe with the dragon, so the most likely scenario there is that Cronavir is going to kind of kite the dragon around, and then Shiley and I will deal with the enemies on the side. Shiley's really good build for that because he can stealth up and assassinate them, but that works a lot better if I'm also clearing with him because I draw the aggro and uh, get their attention. Meanwhile, he can kind of stealth up and assassinate them. So we are going to go ahead and go in. And there's not much cover in here. There's a little cover here, but about partway through the quest, this water becomes like electrified and is dangerous. Early in the quest, we can use this to kind of duck behind. On each side there, that side and that side, there's going to be trash that spawn
There's just one
periodically.
loose end.
I think it might be
Time to
timed
teach
as
you a
opposed to based
lesson.
on hit points. And so we're going to try to beat him down a little bit. Chronivir will try to get him probably back, here when the archers spawn so that he's not getting hit by the archers, and we'll clear the sides. And ideally we don't have aggro when we do this, because then if we have aggro we won't be able to, the dragon will be harassing us the whole way. And so I'm going to try to, if we had a tank that just kind of stand in his leg and you don't get the acid proc. Once you have a couple acid procs, at least for me on this life, I am probably dead if I have 2 or 3 stacks of it. 1 stack I might be able to kind of get away with it, but 3 stacks and I'm pretty much dead. So I've got his attention, so I'm going to spin around and let them do their thing until I lose aggro. So that's what happens, right? With the aggro. So I am going to. This is a very dangerous thing. I got the proc now too. I'm gonna try to get behind this water for now until Chronivir is ready for a raise. Particularly difficult to do that when I'm getting slowed. But I've got his attention, so I'm just going to run him around a little bit. Actually, I'm going to use this pillar until it's electrified. I'm going to use this pillar as cover since I've got his attention. And meanwhile, he's on me. Those guys are going to be doing sneak damage, and range damage. They have threat reduction, so although they'll eventually get his attention because they have threat reduction gear and I don't, I've actually got a little bit of threat increase gear. All right, now I have to get off.
Causing electricity to course through it.
And so that's what happens is once that happens, we lose that cover. But then we have these guys that also appear, so we need to get this trash ASAP. Alright, so that's one side. And Chronovir's got the aggro now. We got both sides. So now we're going to try to do a little damage here while we can. He's at about half. That's, I mean, really, we're doing pretty good. This fight doesn't get any easier. We're going to try to while we can. And Chronivir is just going to run away if he starts. Basically, the thing to do when you get the acid dot, run in the circle. Because Chronivir is fast. He's got a speed boost. He can outrun him in a circle and get until that acid dot wears off. And so that's what we're going to do is, since we don't have a tank, you just run in circles and try to, get that acid dot off of you. All right, checking for trash. None. Oh, knockdown. All right, so whenever you get that message, there's going to be some trash waves. All right, and I'm slowed, which really stinks, by the way, being slowed for this, but that's just part of the mechanics. Oh. All right, I'm going to get Shyly up while Chronivir sort of kites him around. Chronivir has his attention. Chronovir's the heavy here. He's the strongest character. That's where Shyly's at. 8 seconds. I'm going to grab his stone and get away. And Chronovir's just going to kite him around in circles and try to live. Let's see if I can get a heal on him. Nope, couldn't quite get it. That's bad. So let me get Shiley. I'm gonna try to run him around in circles. See if I can find Shiley. There he is. Unfortunately, I need to get. They can't move, because otherwise I can't raise them. So we just have to regroup. You know, we knew going into this quest it was going to be this way. It's that kind of a quest, and the most important role for this quest is the tank. None of us have. We don't. None of us are tanks. So and so running them around in circles, basically having one person sort of whoever has aggro circle around. I guess that's me now. I'm going to circle around them. All right, we got to get these trash waves. It's on the other side.
Lightning strikes the water below, causing electricity to course through it.
All right, I've got his attention, so I'm just going to run him around. While they deal with the mobs. And I should have put my, I should have twisted in acid absorb 50% from, I basically went to the effort of unlocking that for some of the raids. All right, so now I think we're good to kind of attack him again. Coronavir, I think, threw that potion at me just so I would be aware that he's ready. All right, he's getting pretty close. Just stay away from the front of him and just keep getting him circling around. And it's the best you can do if you don't have a tank. Just keep getting him turned around. And Shiley's just going to town with damage. I've got some. All right, I'm gonna have to get away here. All right.
Well, Gorlin has been defeated. You can't help but wonder what the blue dragon took with it when it escaped.
All right. Well, that was fun. It was challenging but fun. But you know, we sort of knew going into it. There's some trash mobs, so I'm gonna focus on that. We knew going into it that we were not really the right party mix for this quest. It was going to be a very challenging quest, and we knew the reasons. You know, so. But we've never, we've never been, we're sort of I'll call us a casual group. We're a very casual group. We're not adrenaline junkies by any stretch. But, we don't back down from a challenge, and we just like to have fun. And so it's kind of fun to try a quest like this when you don't have the right party mix. All right, so that was 44 minutes, 34 seconds, kind of long. 4,653 Reaper XP. And that is Black and Blue on Reaper Four Skulls.